If you've not been here before, this is YouTube's sailing channel We Bought a Boat, and this is our boat, Dancing Bear. We are a family of 5 exploring the UK for our second season and learning as we go. In these episodes we're going to explore some new UK destinations, new marinas, and hopefully share the experience with you. So welcome aboard. My name's Terry. I've been sailing for 2 years. This is my second season on Dancing Bear. And my wife Angela and my son William are often featured in the videos, along with our newest crew member Pip, which is our new dog, and also our friend Ian, who you can see here. Ian's boat cruising up the Crouch on a beautiful sunrise. But I just wanted to say to all the new people watching, welcome. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe and hit the notifications button so you can come along for the journey with us. So, as you can see, the episode is titled 6 Days at Sea. This is one of the longest trips we've ever done. On this trip, it's just me and my wife Angela. We're just setting off, as you can see here, from Benfleet, and we're heading over to Queenborough. It's Friday, it's bank holiday weekend at the end of May. We're heading over to Queenborough. We're then going to stay the night at Queenborough. We're going to come out, we're going to meet some club boats, and we're going to head off to Medway Yacht Club. And we're going to spend the night at Medway Yacht Club. We're going to sail back to Queenborough, stay there the night, and then we're going to sail back to Benfleet. We're then going to skip over to my next full solo passage, which was taking the boat back to Bridge Marsh, which was a fantastic day. I really enjoyed it. I was completely solo. I didn't have Ian with me. I didn't have anybody else with me. I took the boat up to Bridge Marsh. We're getting ready for some trips that we've got planned coming up in the next few weeks with my son William, and his friend as well is going to be coming on the boat. But yes, it was 6 days in total on the boat, and everything went very well. The best part about this episode is we got plenty of sailing in. Lots of downwind sailing, and a lot of motor sailing on the way up to on the way back to Bridge Marsh, but you'll see that coming up soon. Hello and welcome to the next episode. It's bank holiday weekend at the end of May. It's Friday morning. It's just gone 11 o'clock. We are just heading out across the Thames Estuary over to the Medway. So this weekend is a Benfleet Yacht Club cruise, and we're going to Medway Yacht Club. It's just me and my wife Angela today. It's a lovely day. It's not a breath of wind today. The sailing's going to be more Saturday on the way down to Medway Yacht Club and Monday on the way home. But it's another new destination for us. We've not been to Medway Yacht Club before, so we're looking forward to it. The Yacht Club has invited Benfleet Yacht Club over for a stay and a dinner. So we are just cruising over on our way to Queenborough for the night, because me and Angela decided to come over on Friday to get this beautiful weather today. There's a bit of rain forecast tomorrow morning, which is when the rest of the club are coming over. So they're going to give us a call when they enter the Medway. We're going to come out of Queenborough and we're going to sail down to Medway Yacht Club with the rest of the boats from our club. So that's going to be this episode. It's 3 nights. We're going for 4 days, so it's Friday today, we're coming back on Monday, so it's a nice long trip. So we'll get lots of good content, but I will catch up with you again next when we're into Queenborough. Good morning, update. We didn't do much filming at Queenborough yesterday because it was only a stopover waiting for the rest of the boats in the club to come over, as I mentioned. So we have left Queenborough this morning. It's now 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. We're in a 3-boat flotilla. So Eostri's just over to my port side. Topaz with Ian's just off my bow. We're just heading down the Medway. It's very slow because we're against the tide and the wind, and we're heading down to Medway Yacht Club. So I'll get a few shots now of us heading down the Medway. Like I said, I think most of the sailing is going to be Sunday and Monday, but it's a new destination, so I wanted to bring you guys down here. It's very different conditions to what we had on the way over. It's clouded over. We had quite a rainy, blowy night last night on the buoy in Queenborough. But we're heading back there tomorrow, and the wind and tide are going to be behind us. We'll probably sail all the way back. So I'll get a few shots now heading down here, and then I will get some shots obviously of the Medway. And as I said in previous videos when we did Burnham, we'll do a nice review of Medway Yacht Club. So I will catch up with you guys again soon. So as you can see, we've arrived at Medway Yacht Club and the weather has dramatically improved. It really was a beautiful afternoon. We had 12 boats in total. That's my wife. She's jumped on one of the bigger boats straight away as soon as we arrived to grab a glass of wine. It was a brilliant turnout from Benfleet Yacht Club. Like I said, 12 boats, over 30 people, boats of all sizes. Everyone was having a really lovely time. So this is the Hammerhead pontoon at Medway Yacht Club. They were very accommodating. Basically, most of the club had gone down to Queenborough, so had passed us on the way up from Queenborough. So there was space for us to be on their jetty. They've got some finger pontoons here for smaller boats. This is Triss and Alan from the club who are just discussing. Triss has just bought this boat. And this is the pontoon onto shore, so it's great access. Like I said, the weather had really cheered up, so we'd all had a lovely day. The club is quite simple. It's got a nice restaurant, as you can see here, with a nice tented area at the front. Very, very nice food, nice meal, good facilities up there. And then this is the shower block, men's and women's below, men's at the top. So overall, I'm going to give Medway a 8 out of 10. You can see here now, this is the following morning. Boats are just starting to slip off. There's Dancing Bear there. That is Chris just slipping off. And we all set off for a quite brisk downwind sail back to Queenborough. Medway Yacht Club, brilliant, highly recommend it. It wasn't a fantastic sail on the way up. My biggest tip if you're going to visit Medway Yacht Club is don't punch the tide up the Medway. See if you can time it so that it's on the flood and it's pushing you up there, because it really was a long slog up there on the first day. But on the way back, we had the tide with us and the wind with us. Downwind sailing the whole way back. Me and Angela had an absolute blast, jibing up and round the corners all the way back to Queenborough, which you can just see we're approaching now. So I'm just about to furl in the head sail, and we're going to head into Queenborough for the night, and then the following morning we're going to head back to Benfleet. So we had a nice night at Queenborough. We all got off and went to the Flying Dutchman for dinner. You now join us. It's Monday morning. It's another beautiful day. Wind's in a perfect direction again. It's about 10 to 15 knots downwind again, so we're just here, just sailing out of the Medway on our way back to Benfleet after a lovely 4-day trip. I think 4 days was just about enough for Angela. I think she was ready to get off the boat. On the way back, she said that the 4 days was enough. But we really had a great time, and I highly recommend Medway Yacht Club. So just some shots here of us heading out, and next you are going to join me on my trip, my solo trip back up to Bridge Marsh. Welcome to episode 7, I think. It's either 6 or 7. Sorry, I'm getting a bit confused. Reason I'm a bit confused is because I've still got the previous episode to put out, which was the trip to 4-day trip to Medway Yacht Club with my wife, which will be probably coming out today, the day I'm making the next episode. So as you've just seen, I'm just heading out of the Ray. It's very early in the morning. I set off at about 5:20. I am taking the boat back to the Crouch, back to Bridge Marsh. I'm completely solo today, and by what I mean by that is there's no Ian, there's nobody on board, it's just myself. So a little bit nervous, but you guys to keep me company for the trip. It's a beautiful morning, not quite materialised as they said it was going to be this morning, although I'm not quite out of the lee of the land yet, but it's supposed to be about a 12-13 knot winds, but I'm predicting it's probably going to be less than that, so it's going to be, I think, a lot of motor sailing. I've timed it with the tides, so we've got the tides pushing us all the way up to the turn. We're fingers crossed at the moment that we're not going to get the conditions, obviously, that we went up there with. We're not going to have wind against tide. It's not going to blow a hoolie, so it's a good day for a solo sail. The reason I'm going back up to the Crouch is because we've got some plans to have some of William's friends over to the boat, and it's much easier obviously to get William's friends on and off the boat if we're on a pontoon, as opposed to Benfleet, where we're going to be, you know, having to dinghy them over and all that shenanigans. So we decided to take it back up there. We're not sure how long we're going to stay. We might stay a month, we might stay a couple of weeks. Also, Angela's got some friends, a couple friend of ours that want to go out on a trip. I've got a friend that wants to go fishing as well. So yeah, we're just I took the opportunity. It's Monday today, and like I said, the conditions are pretty good for soloing, even though it's probably going to be a motor sail. At the moment I've got the wind right behind me, but it's virtually nothing because I'm doing 5 knots and the wind says it's 5 knots, so that means it's pretty much dead as a dodo. But I'm hoping it's going to pick up and we'll get the sails up. Not sure if it'll be the main and the head sail. The wind predictions for today were a beam reach once I get around the corner, so we'll see what happens once I get out past the pier, and then I'll catch up with you and let you know once I've got the sails up. We've got a small problem with the boat. The toilet has blocked and is unusable. So another reason I'm going up there is Mike at Bridge Marsh very kindly offered to take a look at it for me and maybe help me get it unblocked. If needs be, we might have to change the outlet hose, which I'm sure is going to be a beautiful job, as you can imagine. So at the moment I've emptied the toilet, shut it off, and we've got no toilet facility. So if I have to go, I'm going to either pee over the side or go in a bucket, which is lovely, the joys of sailing, people. So yeah, I'll catch up with you soon. We'll get a couple more shots of this sunrise because it's a beautiful morning, and I'll update you once we've got the sails up. So we're kind of motor sailing at the moment. We've got the Genoa up, as you can see. Just giving us about half a knot, just that at the moment. The wind's mucking around at the moment. It's kind of gusting between 3 and 5 knots, so it's not doing a whole lot, but it's giving us half a knot, so we'll leave the head sail up. We're out past Shrewsbury Nest now, just slowly making our way around this corner. Keeping an eye on the depths because we're we're just kind of skirting the shallows a little bit on the left to get a good wind angle. Just passing a ship on anchor over here. Would have thought he was waiting for the tide, but he's overslept because we're past high now by nearly an hour. So we're making about 5.5, 5.6 knots, which is great. The tide hasn't fully turned yet, so we'll probably pick up speed as the tide slowly starts to turn. Just hoping the wind fills in a little bit more and we can just back the engine off a little bit. But we're in no rush. We want to hit the turn into the crouch around 11 o'clock, I think, because I don't want to be beating loads of tide up the crouch. So no real rush at the moment, but no, we're making good progress. So I'll update you again in a little while. Sun's just starting to peak up, so it's warmed up a little bit, which is nice. I've had some tea, I've had a little bit of breakfast. As I've always said, keep yourself fed, keep yourself warm. I'm actually in shorts, it's that warm. So yeah, it's been a nice morning so far. Sea state seems good, it's not choppy, which is nice. One of my friends from the club, Alan, has went up to Burnham yesterday, I think. And they had a bit more of a choppy experience by all accounts. So I think I've picked the right day, as I said. As I said, it's probably going to be a lot of motor sailing, unfortunately. So this probably won't be a particularly long episode. It is my first full solo sail of the season, so that's nice. But yeah, we've done this trip twice now, so up and back. Obviously the first one being the most eventful, so I won't bore you too much. And I may even amalgamate this episode with the other one, the Medway Yacht Club cruise. So I may just do one big episode with this trip and the Medway. So if that's the case, I've probably already mentioned it in the title and I've probably already mentioned it in the intro, but I'm just babbling because I've got no one to talk to. So yeah, so I'll get some shots and maybe even pop the drone up if it's going to stay this light winds all day. I'd be quite happy setting it up in this weather, so I'll catch up with you again in a little while. Hello. So quick update, it's 7:30, so we've been on the way for about 2 hours. We're making about 6 knots motor sailing. We've only got the engine at about 1500 RPM. We've got the head sail out. We've got about 5 knots of wind, so we're doing 6.2 knots. Obviously the tide's now with us, which is what's probably giving us our extra speed. Don't know if you can see the chart. That's where we are. We're going to go up here. We're going to turn around there and go into the crouch and all the way down there. So it's a long way to go. I'm not overly fussed about what time we get up there, as long as we're with the tide on the way up. So I'll update you in a couple of hours. It's like I said, probably going to be, I'll probably add this onto the previous episode because I don't want to bore you. There's not a huge amount going on. We're motor sailing pretty much on one course for about 4 or 5 hours. But yeah, no, it's a lovely day. Weather's been fantastic. This is my view at the moment. It's beautiful. Sea state's lovely. It's lovely. It's nice and it's not too chilly. It's nice and warm. It's not the hottest of days either, so don't have to worry about sunburn or anything like that. So that's nice. But yeah, a little bit boring. If I'm completely honest with you, I'm a bit bored. No one to talk to. My phone signal's now gone as well, so I can't watch any videos, which is what I've been doing. But all is well. So I'll update you in a couple of hours' time when we get a bit further up the channel. So a little update. We're probably, if anything, ahead of schedule as we suspected. It's not quite materialised as predicted, although the wind is picking up, so I'm really flying up here at the moment. We've got about 8-9 knots of wind now, and we're doing nearly 7 knots, so we're way ahead of schedule. So the plan at the moment is, what we'll probably do is go into Burnham, into the crouch, because we're going to be coming in way too early. come into the crouch and then pick up a buoy, I think is probably the plan. What I'm probably going to do is probably furl the head sail in as opposed to switch the engine off, because I had a little blutter this morning with the engine, so I'm a little bit worried that you know, it won't restart. So I'm probably just gonna furl the head sail now in just to lose a bit of speed, and then we'll pick up a buoy in the crouch. So I'll catch up with you again in a little while. We're back motor sailing again. The wind kind of swung back around to our beam. It's only 6 or 7 knots, so I just thought I'd put the head sail out and just lightly motor sail up here. We're not far from the turn. It's only about 5 miles. It's about 5 miles to the turn. So about an hour, which is going to put us at about 10 o'clock, which is about perfect. And then 2 hours down, so we should get to Burnham around 12 o'clock, and then we'll pick up a buoy, and we'll have to wait a few hours on the buoy for the tide to rise before we can go into Bridge Marsh. But yeah, it's gone really well, really smooth. The wind's just kind of swirled around quite a lot, which has made it a little bit difficult. So we had it on the nose for a little while, but we're on a nice course now. We're doing about 5.5 knots, which is perfect. So like I said, about an hour to the turn, and then we're heading up to Burnham. So I will, as I said, I will give you. I just wanted to give you a quick update. Let me know we're back motor sailing, but I will. I'll give you another update when we make the turn into the crouch. So quick update for you. As we suspected, we've got up here a lot quicker than we had originally planned. We've made our turn. We're just starting to head into the crouch now. Wind is right on the nose at the moment. We still might get some sailing a bit further down, but the tide's going to punch us out a little bit as well. So yeah, no, we've done a good job. We're happy. So we're just going to cruise down here now, nice and slowly. We're only doing about 3 knots against the tide at the moment. So yeah, so everything's gone well. As I said, it's a nice hot day. Not too bumpy on the turn this time, so it wasn't like the last time we came up here. We're now heading into the crouch, like I said, so we should be down there in a couple of hours, and I'll pick up a mooring buoy and I'll update you then. Hello, quick update. I am currently on a mooring buoy just outside Burnham Marina. I'm just waiting for an hour for the tide, having a break, so I can go into Bridge Marsh. So it's pretty much the end of the episode. I've just made myself a bit of food. It's still a lovely day sailing around. There's Essex Marina over there, and Burnham's just behind me. So I'm just having a classic pot noodle, and then I will about 2:30, so in about 40-50 minutes time, I'll drop the line and head round to Bridge Marsh, and that'll be the end of that. I'll get some shots this time of going alongside. I always forget to hit record as I'm coming in, but I'll remember this time to get it. And then yeah, that'll be the end of this episode. So like I say, a short one, but as I said earlier, and as you probably know, so I amalgamated it with the Medway Yacht Club one, which was 4 days, where we had some great sailing on that. Absolutely fantastic sailing. Not too bad today. Just as I said earlier, just excuse me, very boring on your own. I spoke to Ian on the phone earlier when I was coming up the crouch, and he said, yeah, when you're just doing a passage, so when you're just doing it for the sake of bringing the boat up here, it does get boring. He's absolutely right, it does. It's very boring. So I highly recommend, if you don't have to, don't sail on your own. It gets very, very boring. Again, tip my hat to all these solo sailors that sail around the world and do, you know, Atlantic crossings and Pacific crossings on their own. I mean, God blimey, it must absolutely drive you nuts. I don't think I could do it. So yeah, I'll get some shots of me coming in. If I don't speak to you again, thank you very much for joining. Please take a second just to like, share and subscribe to the channel. As I keep saying, it really keeps me motivated to keep making them. It is a lot of work, on top of a full-time job, or actually 2 full-time jobs now. I've had to take some shift work because filming work has died a bit of a death, and it's just not supporting us anymore. So I've had to take another job, which I'll explain more about later. But I'm working 4 on 4 off there, and plus still doing some filming. So I'm a very busy guy. But no, I enjoy making them as long as people keep watching them. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. And thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you for the next episode.